Well, let's dive into some news, man. This is something I shared on Facebook a little while ago. Monte Conner always posts these fantastic. If a great follow on Facebook is Monte Conner, legendary Roadrunners A&R guy, now with Nuclear Blast. But he always posts album covers and kind of like where the photo came from, maybe some history of the band. And he posted a very long story about Roadrunner trying to sign Deftones, and one of the big hangups was the name. And now, a name is a name. Korn's, as silly as a band name it is, that's still Korn. Deftones is Deftones, and that sounds cool now. But at the time, obviously the name Deftones in the early 90s, it says summer of 93, sent a Deftones demo by their manager. But then they get to looking at signing the band, and they really just did not want to use the name Deftones.
Well, yeah, I mean, tones back then, any Skeletones, that's what it was, all related to ska. So it's just like, I remember when I first heard Deftones, I was like, oh, who is the ska band?
Yeah,
putting deaf and tones, like it's just kind of like, oh,
right.
It seems like two words that are just kind of goofy together, and then when you listen to it, and you're like, this isn't ska. This isn't like, where's this name coming from? And also just the fact that everybody calls it the Deftones, which is incorrect. Also, it's just Deftones.
In the quote from Monty, it says, in 1993, after seeing the word deaf added to the dictionary, Rick Rubin, the arbiter of all things hip, decided the word had lost its cool factor and made the bold move of changing the name of his highly successful record label from Deaf American to just simply American. The mainstreaming of the word went against the anti-establishment image that he was trying to project for the label. In typical Rubin style, he was going to make the name change an event, and a highly publicized mock funeral was held at the Hollywood Forever Cemetery in Los Angeles, August 27th, 1993, to bury the word deaf.
And they even had a big gravestone on it that said deaf.
And then, like what you just said, more importantly, at the same exact time, there was a full-blown ska movement happening in America with bands like the Mighty Mighty Bosstones, Sublime, No Doubt, Goldfinger, Real Big Fish, Rancid, Less Than Jake, and the Squirrel Nut Zippers. So to me, the Tones part of the band made them sound like a ska band. So with Def and Tones no longer being cool, they were going back and forth on what the band name should be, and they eventually came to the point where they might have called themselves Engine Number 9, which I'm glad they never changed it to that.
Great song though, but yeah, kind of happy they didn't do that also.